that new whip. Hey, who did it do trip?
And we're live.
Welcome to Bet Records, where we talk about hot topics, ideas, and all the shit you really want to hear.
We are back with an all-new segment. Now starting the podcast. We have a finger spinner, lighter, Russian roulette machine. Now, how we are going to play this is, I can't honestly remember how this works, but I think we're just going to do 3 because we have 4, so that guarantees that somebody's going to get zapped. Actually, you know what? We're going to do 1. I think, God damn it.
And whoever gets zapped first has to do what?
So if you get zapped, you have to do a 30 seconds to a minute initial segment on one of the topics that I have here, and we will go in order. And that is how we will start the episode and getting into our talking points. We're going to keep the talking going and the conversation going until it sounds like we're all just making shit up. So, without further ado, let's put our fingers in, huh?
Okay. Wait, just one question real quick.
Yep.
So, a minute to 30 seconds of just an opener, and then we go into discussion, or
Yes.
just the minute?
You have to start the conversation for 30 seconds to a minute on whatever topic I have here. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but you have the floor, and then we talk about whatever you're talking about.
And then once that conversation's done, the
once
person who
it
gets zapped is out.
dies. No, we keep going.
Oh, so, like, let's say I get zapped and I do the conversation, it dies. Do I put my finger back in?
Yep.
Yep.
Then we put our fingers back, we do it again.
Ready?
Okay, interesting.
Oh, God.
No one gets it, we already do.
I think there's a certain mode where
I sure hope this isn't me, honestly.
Me too, I'm not ready for it.
Yeah!
That was me.
All right, and the first topic is politics.
Politics. So, speaking of politics, Trump, he might get back on Twitter, huh, Justin?
30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah. Sorry.
You have to
So,
have a take or something.
you know what? Honestly, politics. We are gonna be absolutely fucked until we get the next JFK in the reincarnation. I mean, you look at the stock market. We're screwed for 2 or more years minimum. The abortion. I mean, Jesus fuck. We're government politics. We're even the dog doesn't even like what's going on right now in politics. I mean, you can hear him too. I mean, Max, what's your personal take on politics? Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Nothing specific, but are we just screwed politically wise or what?
Well, it depends what you mean by screwed. Like,
Yeah.
when you say screwed, do you mean
Anal.
Like, do you mean like screwed for our children and our grandkids?
Yeah, that's a very
presently or
valid
future?
follow-up question.
Yeah, future. Like, the way that we're going right now, it will get worse down the road, or do you think things will take a 180?
Personally, I think right now we're at 0. I don't think there's much more to go down from where we're at right now. I think it only can get better.
Mm-hmm.
Could it get much worse? Yeah. World War III. Yeah, it could get much worse.
Yeah.
Can it get a ton worse? I don't think it can get much worse than it is right now.
See, my thing about when people say World War III is I believe that all the politicians realize that if there was a World War III, nobody would win.
Yeah.
I think that every politician on earth, no matter the country, realizes that.
So do you think it's even possible to have a World War III at this point in,
So-
nuclear technology we're in today?
So I believe there could, but I think it would be like the second Cold War, where there would be no actual combat. It would all just be diplomatic stuff, like maybe another Berlin Wall.
Like Twitter posts and shit?
Well, honestly, you might have like cyber warfare where it's
warfare,
they turn off your social media or they bombard you with
hack into
random
shit,
shit.
yeah.
Hack into your
because
stuff.
hackers are at an all-time high.
Yeah.
They're just getting smarter and smarter.
Yeah.
I did a whole thing in my training for work today about hackers, especially in the network of telecommunications. They are getting smarter. They're becoming more intelligent and realizing that they can take over the world through the means of cyber.
Dude, he's pulling a toy under the door. What the fuck was that? How did he even do that? Where did that come from?
That's my honest opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely something to watch, and I mean, it's definitely.
Our machine went to sleep mode.
Yeah. Okay. It's
Okay, so with all the breaks, the conversation technically.
Yeah.
did.
All right.
Yeah, we
All right,
spoiled.
we'll start over.
That's okay. That was not really that great of a topic anyway, I feel like.
I don't know, bro. Where do you go
Oh,
with
here we go.
politics, Q-Tip?
What?
Where do you go with politics?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I think we're agreeing right now.
No, I always disagree with you.
God, I really hope I don't get this one
It's
either.
gonna be me again. I bet you $20.
Yeah, there we
Uh,
go. Yeah, Trent's just getting fucked
World news.
Okay.
Anything cool that happened in the last couple days? Now try to have a take on it. Like say what your
Improv.
opinion is. Yeah,
Don't
improv
pull out
on
your
it.
phone.
Well, you can pull out your phone. I don't give a
Trying
shit
to get a
about
quick
that,
idea, you know. I mean, this has been going on for a couple weeks now. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard.
Yeah,
this
that's
has
a big
been going
one,
on.
too.
Maybe we drilled it a little much, but nonetheless, dude, I just can't get over how we're still seeing videos. Is the trial done? Does anyone know if the trial's done?
I think so.
I don't know either, and I questioned that today because I'm like, well, here's another video of the fucking, you know, not the judge, the representative for her, you know, being a fucking idiot. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that one before. Scroll 5 minutes later, oh, here's another one. It's like, dude, it's just as time and time after again. There is no way that she wins. The only way, I don't know. My biggest thing, honestly, hot take about that, how can you even be a judge and compare two actors in court going at each other? Because she has obviously acted multiple times up on all these videos and stuff, and yeah, it's, you know, a take on social media. It could not be true, and you know, whatever. But maybe that's kind of where I want to open this up. How do you truly have a good court case against two people that are professional actors and they act on TV for a living? Fake cry, I mean, all this stuff.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you definitely they're professional liars. That's it. That is
Literally.
in the sense of it, because they make up personas, they make up personalities, and who's to say in court that they couldn't, you know, make up a whole story and make it super believable, because that's what they do on these films. And you know, it's not like we're talking about like C-class actors and actresses. Like these are two
Top of the line.
AAA
Yep.
She's a AAA actress. He's a
Right,
AAA actor.
Yep.
I mean,
star roles in their own movies.
I mean, it's tough. It's crazy, and it's really hard to digest like what's actually true and what's actually not, because she's pretty good at doing like the fake cry thing, but he
Right.
also is pretty good at doing that too. I don't know. I personally think Johnny Depp is being pretty true with it. I do think he's probably dramatizing things a little bit.
But at the same time, that's just how court is. If you're the lawyer of either side, you're not telling the whole truth. You're telling the scripted truth, or to put your client in a better position.
Yeah.
So at the same time, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, are lawyers actors as well?
Are lawyers actors? I don't think so. No, a lawyer is more.
Lawyer's just a liar.
A lawyer is someone that works the law to their favor.
Yeah.
They study.
It's like a
study
game to
law.
them.
They're educated, and they do their best to use precedents, history of cases, the actual legal definitions of the law, and then the evidence that they take to court to make their client win. I don't think a lawyer is an actor. I wouldn't call a lawyer an actor, no.
Maybe would you say maybe like a director?
I mean, maybe. I guess.
Maybe close. Maybe I'm
Are we
stretching the
doing movie
comparison,
references here? Is that what we're doing?
I'm trying to connect the dots, because the actors are acted on the stand. Lawyers got to be directors or something in this case.
What's the judge
I
then?
mean, usually the clients, in a lot of cases, the clients don't even try to be in the case.
Oh, yeah,
this
true.
is actually this is actually a case where the clients are actually very public in the case, partially
Yeah.
because it's such a personal nature anyway. But
Right.
usually the defendants and the whatever, they try to just not even be in the case. Like they don't want anything to do with it. They just want the lawyers to take care of everything.
Do you guys think that the emergence of public court hearings and testimonies is really making it them really bad? Because before, I think it was the George Floyd. Was that the first publicly broadcasted court case? I think
No,
it was.
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson, was that it?
Yeah, but it's definitely been a trend over the last year.
Where it's
20 years,
I
for
feel
sure.
like even small shit they're doing broadcasted
Well, it's become
things.
it's become like a reality thing too. Like with Judge Judy and Judge Alex and all those TV
Well, it's
shows.
interesting, yeah.
It's become reality, and now reality TV isn't good enough. So now they want actual court cases.
Yeah,
so that's what people
real
want.
reality TV.
Yeah.
I'm sure the ratings are probably crazy for that court case.
Honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
They're probably
for
making
sure.
stupid money off
Ah,
of
that's
videoing
another
that.
great question. Are they, or is everyone just watching all these,
There's no way.
clips on Instagram and shit? Not everyone
Yeah.
is
Well,
watching
it's
this
the news-
case.
it's the
you know?
news
Well,
broadcasting
TikTok
for
is,
sure.
and all of them are gonna make money
Yeah.
off it. If people are watching those clips.
Yeah, the
Right.
news when they report it on the evening and then they show the clips, and they're making all the money too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking live viewership, but overall
just-
world
and it's-
viewership of the clips.
It's just like
definitely
what
increased.
what happens to us whenever we post like music or something from that's not ours. Our video gets taken down or we get copyright, so we can't make money off it. I'm
Right,
sure
right,
it's the
yeah.
same thing where whatever like company they're streaming it off of just cuts into it and says, "Hey, that's our money. Whatever you make off this TikTok video is
Yep.
our money now."
Give it to the LA court or wherever the fuck they're at,
Yeah,
whatever it is. Yeah.
CBN or CBN,
Yeah.
CBS. I think.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know,
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Do you guys see the one where he's they ask, she's like, he had a thing of cocaine, I think it was in a jar, and then he goes to his lawyer, he looks over and he goes, a jar? And then you can see his lips say, a jar of dirt. And then
Oh
it
my
shows the
God.
Pirates of the Caribbean one where he's like, I got a jar of dirt. when
No, I haven't seen that one.
When he's
That's
got the Davy Jones's heart inside of it in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Dude, it's so funny.
Funny.
That's probably one of the best, like, tie-ins that I've seen so far.
Yeah. Interesting. Now, I haven't even honestly, and then we'll go to the next one, seen
Yeah.
any of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, you should definitely watch it.
Yeah, you should definitely watch that. They're
pretty
cinematic
good, yeah.
masterpieces.
I know, I just
Especially
feel
the
like
first one. Even if,
Yeah.
like, the first one is by far the best one.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So-
It's just not really like pirate. The whole
Dude,
pirate
it's
thing isn't
fucking
really my
hilarious.
jam. I don't
Do
know.
you like
It
funny
doesn't really
movies?
have to.
That's
It's
the
like-
thing, and it's
Well,
Johnny
like,
Depp.
Dude, it's fucking
It's
hilarious,
more
bro.
like supernatural type thing too. It's
Yeah.
not like just like pirating.
Well, and then there's the ghosts and shit. Like I kind of, I don't know. 'Cause
It's
I've been on the ride
it's
at
very
Disney, but-
well written and very well made.
Yeah.
For the time, it
Yeah.
was definitely like way next level of anything at that
'Cause
time.
it was probably, it was before 2010 easy. Probably middle
I think so,
2000s.
yeah. When the first one came out, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But crazy.
Alrighty.
Well, let's move on to the next one here. Hopefully
geez.
Justin doesn't, or Trenton doesn't lose again.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Well, I just shifted the playing field, so hopefully it's Q-tip now.
We might have to switch the mode, honestly.
Oh,
Justin.
All right,
Yeah,
cool
good
car,
action.
flinch.
cool cars that you've seen.
Cool cars.
Is that an actual topic on there?
Yeah. Well,
didn't even-
just
we
cars.
didn't
You
even
just
look
talk
at your
about cars
phone.
in
I just looked
You
at
talk
it.
about
Yeah,
your-
cars.
You can talk about your favorite movie, Pixar movie, Cars. Yeah, you can talk about
Sure, yeah.
Cars your
Or a
dad
cool,
drove when you were
cool
a kid.
video
I
of a
don't
car
know.
you've seen or something like that, or something
We've
cool.
ridden in within the past month, and gate is open for Justin. Cars is
You
the
can talk
topic.
about how Cars 2 is definitely a way worse movie than Cars 1 and 3.
I think Q-Tip should
I
have this
kind of
one.
want to hear that.
I got nothing.
Q-Tip, how about this? Q-Tip, you lead us in with this cars
I
topic,
don't
and then
even know.
Justin, you hop in after
Oh my
with
God.
your take on
Um,
whatever you want to talk
I don't know.
about.
All right, well, I'm going to talk about the Cars movies, honestly.
I don't think that's what
Yeah.
the topic is.
You
It
wanna-
is.
You want to
Cars
use
is
phone a
Cars,
friend?
man. And we can talk about real
You wanna
cars
phone a
after if
friend?
you want.
Nah, dude, that's.
All right, phoning a
It's
friend.
not a
topic
Q-Tip,
that
go.
I really
30
know.
seconds to a minute, starting now.
Historically, I think Cars is one of the better Pixar movies. I really loved it when I was a kid. I've seen it multiple times. The first one, I used to love watching the Mater's Tall Tales. They're like the Cars shorts that they used to show on the Disney Channel. Those are pretty lit too. Mater's played by Larry the Cable Guy, so he's pretty great. He's a great personality. And then Lady McQueen's played by Owen Wilson. Everybody loves Owen Wilson, so you can't go wrong there, obviously. I've actually never seen Cars 3. I want to watch it really soon. But it's supposed to be a lot more serious, like not serious, but it's supposed to be like way better story, and it's supposed to be really good ending to the Cars series. And the Cars 1's just a classic. Cars 2 is like this weird movie where they go to like they're like international super spy cars, and they go undercover in like this race in Japan or some shit. It's just a really terrible movie. Like if you ever see Cars 2, just know it's a really bad movie. That's all I'd say.
I remember seeing the spy one, but I
thought it was
don't remember if
okay,
two
I
or
don't know.
three.
It's pretty bad.
I thought
it's
the
pretty
spy
bad.
one was the third one.
No, that's the second one.
I thought so too.
What's
but
the
I
third
don't
one?
remember
The third one is like where he goes back to like pro racing, like in like America or wherever the main car like universe is, I guess. And like, I think he like has like a real personal journey. It's like the whole movie. It's supposed to be really good.
Interesting.
When
But
that
yeah,
come
I haven't
out?
seen it
That
either.
came out in like I want to say it came out like 2015 or something, or like 2016, 17, 17 is what I'm reading right now.
Hey Justin, what
look
number
at
is Lightning McQueen?
95.
Is he actually?
Is that
I don't know.
right?
Actually, I don't know myself.
What's his
That
catchphrase?
sounds right.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
Okay, look up the picture. Make sure, what's his number?
Yeah, make sure it's
I thought it was
95.
like 35 or something.
No,
No,
it's
95 sounds right.
95.
I thought it was like 20 something.
20.
95.
95.
Justin strikes again.
Point for Justin.
All right, you got
Good for
anything on this
Justin.
Cars topic, Justin?
Yeah.
You have anything to say
I
about the Cars movie?
honestly don't really know how to follow up with that. Trenton that looks like he does.
So it's not about cars, but
See,
so
when you have to ask, do everything to follow up, the conversation's dead.
No, he said.
let me finish one thing, one thought. So Cars 1 definitely easily the best. Toy Stories. Would you say the first one's easily the best?
I like the second better, honestly.
See, now we're not even talking about
Yeah, but still conversation.
It's related.
I mean, the third Toy Story, is that the one where they're in the
Isn't the third one the daycare one?
yeah, the daycare one? That one's got hot garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was not that good. I heard Toy Story 4 was pretty good, but I still
The
haven't seen
second
that
one was
Which
with
one's-
Jesse.
I think
one's
this. I think
four?
the second was the best. What?
Well,
Yeah,
the
this is Toy
OG
Story
one is
four.
the
The
one.
fourth with Little Bo Peep was okay.
I don't like.
Oh,
I don't
that
like,
one at the like
What's that
merry-go-round or
carnival
whatever.
thing? Yeah.
I
That
don't
was
like.
alright.
That's the one where like he
It was
goes off to
fine.
college and he goes with the little girl, right?
Yeah.
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 I know the ending, but I've actually never seen it.
That one's okay.
I feel like every Disney movie like that, fuck it, every single series movie like that, first one always the best.
I don't know.
Never
I
beat
really
the
don't
first
like
one.
Toy Story
The
one,
second
honestly.
one's sometimes
I really
better.
I hate the plot of like when going to the kid's house and he has all the fucked up toys.
Sid?
I don't know. I don't like that plot.
You know, Austin?
I like.
Did you see the one where it's
Yeah,
like the
Sid,
chick's
yeah.
leg with a fishing hook?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
hooker.
I like Toy Story 2 where like Woody goes back to like the dude who like takes care of like his arms and shit, and like he's got the guy with the chicken costume and the
That's
chicken
number
sword.
2?
Yeah, that's number 2.
Oh, that probably is
Ah,
the
I
Al's
best
Toy
one.
Barn?
That's probably is the best
That
one.
one
Not
was pretty
ain't
good.
gonna
And then you got the
lie.
aliens in the fucking shop,
Yeah,
dude. The
that's
aliens
true.
are classic. You know?
But the first one, the aliens are in the claw machine. The
No, it's
claw.
not the second one. I'm pretty sure they
no,
don't-
Pizza
Ah.
Planet's the
Second
first
one.
one because the first one,
well,
Buzz
but the-
Lightyear and Woody hop in the car. No,
No, and they drive. Oh no! They
Buzz
drive a car.
Lightyear is
They
in the
drive a car
car.
in the second one too. I think.
Yeah.
they probably do.
Also. Yeah,
but,
that's what I'm thinking of.
bro. Okay, one last thing and then we'll move on. We've been to Pizza Planet in Florida.
Is it pretty cool?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool when I was there in middle school, from what I can remember. That's all I got.
Sounds sweet.
Yeah, hot take. Anyways,
Hot take. Let's
Next
move
one.
on. All right, this one. We'll do this one. I'll skip through. Because you homos are having a bad time with this.
I'm having a blast.
I mean, I went on a decent tangent. Ah, jeez.
This is
I
actually a
know.
good one for you, Keith.
Shocking, isn't it?
Video games.
Oh, God.
New pre-owned favorite, anything. You can take a couple seconds if you
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
if you so
Yeah.
choose.
Take a
You got any
couple
new
seconds,
upcoming ones that you think are gonna be fucking sweet?
I've been looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to the new Harry Potter game that's gonna come out. So like this year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
And so it's set like before any of the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna go. I think the story is like you're supposed to be like a 5th year student and like you don't remember anything about your past and like you haven't gone to Hogwarts yet at all, so you have to catch up like all 5 years or whatever. And like there's something going on. There's like a war with the goblins or whatever that run the. Is it goblins? I think it's the goblins that
They
run
run the
banks.
bank. Yeah.
Yeah, the goblins run the banks. There's something going on because this is back like when they had goblin wars and shit like that. And you can choose like there's supposed to be an option where you can choose to be like a good student or a bad student. Like you can be like kind of like a
kinda
Death
cool.
Eater, but like before the Death Eaters.
Yeah.
So you can use like the bad spells and stuff. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet. I played it was like the Goblet of Fire game, I think, when I was a kid. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, there was like almost a game for every one of them. believe.
Yeah, I think I did the Goblet of Fire one, and that one was pretty cool. It was like
What console?
it's probably PS2,
Yeah.
probably maybe PS3. I think it was PS2 though. I don't really know.
Yeah. I played almost all of them. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. I think Goblet of Fire was pretty bad. That one was where
Oh.
it tried to be more of like an arcadey game, like to represent all the challenges and stuff.
Yeah.
But like the third one was like where it followed the story. That one was pretty good. But I think I was trying to remember this earlier because I just read this today, and this is gonna be a better topic, I think. So a while back ago, EA dropped the FIFA brand because they didn't want to keep paying money for the
That was
FIFA
today.
name.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
today.
And so today they just announced what they're gonna call. It's called FC Rivals. Basically, just gonna be EA's FIFA, but not
Yeah.
without the FIFA name.
Yeah.
And then FIFA said that they're gonna try to make their own game. That's gonna be the only real, authentic like soccer game. But I feel like FIFA's just gonna get fucked because EA has been making the games. And
it's
they
this-
did all the work, and now FIFA has to try a new developer
Yeah.
and compete with EA.
It's
So
it's
never
like
gonna
that's
work.
it's like that same shit when football tried to make their own game to
Right.
compete with Madden, and like it just did not work. The backyard football or like 2K football, like it just
no
was.
interest in any of those.
They were
when
not
came out.
good. No, they were terrible.
Yeah, and
I don't even
they've been
remember
making
those.
all the sports games for the last like 20 years. Like, you know, there's no way that they're gonna be able to like beat FIFA. At least not for a couple of years.
Especially FIFA. They've been the only.
Yeah.
There's that.
There's PES Soccer is the other one, and it's free actually on PlayStation and Xbox. So it's like usually top 10 downloaded free games, but same thing. But the mechanics suck. I tried downloading it before I got the new FIFA, just 'cause I was like,
try it.
You know what? I'll wait a couple months before Christmas. I usually get it for Christmas, so I'm like, whatever. Download it, check it out. Just dog shit. I mean, and maybe it's because I'm so used to the FIFA controls and movement too, but just is a slight difference in mechanics and a little bit different setup in the menus.
It's just those small things just to take precedence. That's why, like, I don't really like the new Madden games because there's too many goddamn controls on it. Whereas I like, honestly, I like the OG Madden because it was so much more fun. Because first of all, you scored way more points, as well as you didn't have to be a fucking pro athlete to play the game. Like, you could literally, if you wanted to pass, you just press fucking square.
Right,
yeah.
And that was it. Everything else was just kind of computer, so it was easier for me to play you, even if you've never played before.
Right, more beginner friendly.
All Madden games suck.
That's true.
Not having any of them. They glitch all the goddamn time. And if you're saying like the older ones are good, the graphics and everything
the
is
graphics
just
are
awful,
garbage.
and
Well,
that's
yeah.
a big
They were fine
game.
for the time, though.
I want to say like back in like I'd say like 2006, maybe like 2008,
Madden 07 was
those,
prime.
Those are good. I remember 08 was pretty good. I used to love playing 08 on my PS3.
Yeah,
that
but
was
none of the
pretty
graphics make any sense. You go into career mode, you win Super Bowl, they run out in the field and they hoist the trophy with their helmet still on.
Yeah.
Name a football player who has their helmet still on after winning.
I don't know if you guys ever played it on the phone, but it's Retro Bowl on the phone.
Yeah.
It's super simple and like that is really nice. I like playing that like every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally like, you know, you pull back on the quarterback to throw, or you tap on the quarterback to throw to the running back. Like, yeah, it's really easy.
You know what does look like a really crazy game that I really, 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 really hope they don't fuck it up the way like they fucked up Cyberpunk, because that was one of the most hyped games, and honestly it was an okay game. It wasn't like No Man's Sky where they launched it and it was just dog shit.
Yeah.
But Starfield.
Oh yeah, Starfield. I really hope Starfield.
I am super excited. Have you ever played Skyrim?
Slightly.
It's basically like that, which Skyrim at the time was the #1 game in the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's that same concept, except it's in space rather than like fantasy.
So is it kind of like Destiny or what?
No, Destiny's more of like an MMO. So it's kind of like World of Warcraft with guns.
This is supposed to be like a real.
Starfield, it's more like the Fallout games. You guys have played those like Fallout games when it's set in space and in the future. Well, and instead of like in the past in like the nuclear Fallout.
So it's only single player, no online.
Most likely,
probably.
No online.
'Cause that's what Skyrim.
What
is,
I
right?
am interested to see though, and I haven't really looked into it too much, is if they offer VR. I would imagine they're gonna launch something like that, but
maybe
how
like they did with Skyrim.
fucking
VR a lot later.
sweet would that be?
That would be pretty dope. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
Go to the stars and shit.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
I know
in
Microsoft.
VR,
oh, here we go. Yeah, so they're supposed to do the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase next month on the 12th. So
That's
a
they're
month and
probably
2
gonna
days
show
from
it
today.
off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
so
we only
that's
got
when
that
they're gonna
light.
probably do
Yeah,
a
we
lot of
got
new
that light
information.
trailer.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Like a lot of new information, and especially from that point on, like up to this holiday season when it releases, there'll be way more information.
Yeah. We're also gonna see new GTA coming out too in the next couple of years.
An announcement. I definitely feel like giving the announcement this summer at least. Probably,
Yeah, they confirmed it already.
They did.
That they're working on
probably
it.
like at least like some information about the characters and the world. This
Well, it's
summer,
the GTA is the #1 selling game of all time. So,
Yep.
I mean, and at the time, GTA 4 was the exact same way. At the time, it was one of the best-selling games as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really gonna be interesting to see if they can pull off another thing. Obviously, it takes GTA, like even GTA 5, it took them probably a year and a half to get to anywhere where you'd have some serious content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they lost, they
GTA
lost
4
a lot of
came out
player base,
in
too.
GTA 4 came out in like 08 or 07, and then 13 was when 5 came out. And it's been almost 10 years since 5 came out. So yeah.
But
And it's still over $50 on the store.
Yeah.
It is.
and people still pay it, which
Yep.
is
Well, I'm
nuts.
pretty sure it goes on sale all the time. I know it does
Yeah.
on PC.
Yeah.
Well, and
it does
then
on
you usually
Xbox
find
too.
it
They
It's like
got they
20
kind of
bucks.
got into that like V-Bucks kind of thing where they have an
Yeah, they got the shark
currency.
cards.
Well, throughout the past couple of years, they have all the expansions
Yeah.
and different game modes, like that Tron
I saw
thing.
that
I
one.
seen
I'm just
that.
gonna be honest with you guys. With games like that, I really don't care about the online play. I just want a good campaign.
Oh yes,
I
like
do like the
Starfield,
story.
GTA
Me too.
5,
That's-
yeah, 100%.
The I didn't play a minute of online on GTA 5.
I actually did
All
that
I
once.
gave a shit about
Oh,
was the campaign.
yeah, okay.
All
I
I gave a
played a
shit
lot
about
of-
was the campaign. Once the game was over, I just fucked around.
Online was okay, but yeah, definitely when it first came out,
It
the
was a lot of
online
fun.
was garbage, and the
Well, I
campaign.
thought it was really bad for the first like couple weeks as like
Yeah.
it launched early, but after that it was pretty fun for a while, and then it got boring, and then they did heists, and after that it was good for like another couple of years, and after that, I come back every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
whenever I get a new game, listen, with Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty World War 2, those are my fucking games. I master prestiged online for all of them. I could go 50 rounds in zombies.
Yeah.
Before I did any of that, I finished the campaign.
Well,
Really?
I
So
just
then-
always
used to
get the
always
campaign
play-
done with.
I used to always play
Always
the
get the
campaign.
campaign
So
done.
then-
not lately.
Never
the
finished
follow-up
campaign.
question to that
Yep.
is: do you plan to invest in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2?
Yes.
Remastered?
definitely.
No, it is an all-new game.
So it's gonna be like 2019, but it's the sequel to 2019.
Basically, it's gonna start right where Modern Warfare 2 ended,
Or
and
Modern-
it's gonna pick
Like
up.
Modern Warfare 2, and it's
We're-
Modern Warfare 2 the game?
No, Modern Warfare 1, like the re-release back in 2019, like
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Oh, the remaster?
So it's like the new generation of Modern Warfare.
So
Yeah.
it's not Modern Warfare 2.
It's not Modern Warfare. It's
It's
Modern
a-
Warfare 2, but it's Modern Warfare 2 to the Modern Warfare that released in 2019.
So
Yes.
that's literally what I just asked you. if it
No,
was
but it's a new
remastered.
game.
But it's a new game, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's all new
gonna be
game.
But it's
completely
not
So the
new.
remastering the
campaign's
old
different.
one.
Totally different.
It's not remastering the old one, no.
Yeah, it's a totally new game.
They
It's-
came out with a new of Modern Warfare 1, so now they're coming out with a new.
No,
Modern
that was
Warfare
still the
2.
same game. They just remastered it with the graphics.
No, they
and
also did
everything.
a remaster too. It's very confusing.
I
I
know what
played
it
the
is.
campaign, and that was exactly the same.
Then
just
you're
with
playing the
graphics.
remaster. We're
That's
talking
the
about the one that
remastered
came out
one.
in 2019.
This is
That's what I thought you were talking about the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a different one, but I agree too because
It's
MW3
it
was
can
my
be very
shit, but
confusing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then they're
But
gonna come out with the MW3.
It is.
and it's
I've seen the
yeah.
trailers, and it looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Modern Warfare 2 because I really actually liked Modern Warfare 2019 a lot. Like
Yeah.
I liked the gameplay, I liked the animations, and like the way the guns felt.
I really liked
felt
the
very
night
good.
vision missions.
you know?
Where you like popped your vision on and then you'd like aim it with your fucking laser and shit and
Yep.
just pop
Yeah.
people that
The
way.
game,
That was
it
cool.
felt very crisp and it felt like smooth to me. It felt the way like when I play like Siege, that the gunplay there it feels very smooth and like intuitive.
Yeah.
So I really
Again
like
though, they need to come out with a VR, dude.
that.
Do you even have a VR
I no,
thing?
but you know what?
See?
I would buy one like this if you had a AAA game like that with VR.
I think the technology for the VR still isn't there though. That's a problem. I don't think that's why. I think that's why people aren't wanting to make games like that for an X. The technology just won't do it justice yet.
Think so?
I think we need a couple more iterations of VR before it can really be done.
My
like,
thing with
justice.
VR is I just don't think the everyday Joe is gonna buy a whole $500 VR setup. I mean, it's
Well, yeah,
not
but also
just the
that's
goggles.
what helps with iterating it too. Is it gets
Yeah.
cheaper the more
The
you
father
iterate
will
it.
buy for his kids.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's true, and definitely some will, right? But I feel like at the same time, it's a glorified Wii mechanics, way glorified, right?
Yeah.
But you still have two motion remotes, right?
Who was it? I think it was Nico and Noah. They had like the virtual reality bar fight game. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh yeah.
I remember they had
that.
something, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was another thing I was just reading about too. VR advancements is they have this new haptic sensor that they're working on. Like you can put like under your VR visor,
Yeah.
like touches your face, and so that can it's supposed to it can simulate wind going across your face and stuff
that's
like that.
cool.
Or like they have one where
Mhm.
this is fucked. I would never want this. Like it's simulate spiders crawling across
Oh,
your
fuck
face.
that,
Fuck
dude.
that.
Yeah,
Mm.
so I'm sure they're working on that. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where it is. You want to feel, and soon it's gonna be like that Player Ready 1 movie.
Yep.
Where you have the suit and you have the goggles, and if you get punched, you fucking feel it. and
Right. Yeah.
You have a little treadmill thing that you run on that you can run any which way, and
Yep.
I mean, it's gonna be nuts. It'll
Yeah,
be cool as
I
shit.
don't know.
really-
Since we're roommates, because I just play your PlayStation all the time. Like I've been thinking, like, should I just buy my own system so when we're not roommates one day? But I was always wondering, like, am I gonna? Because I've really gotten used to PlayStation.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
but I haven't touched an Xbox. And while before I made the same argument, like, oh man, Xbox just feels better. And then I lived in North Dakota with my roommate Max for the summer, and I only played PlayStation. I was like, I got used to it.
Right.
Yeah, I think once you get used to it, it's worth it. Yeah, and I definitely feel like the PS5 is still the choice right now. Maybe down the line, maybe Xbox will improve their Series X, but right now I think the PS5 is definitely a definitive choice in this current generation.
Find one anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well, I mean, sometimes harder to find an Xbox Series X, but not as hard, I believe. But
Yeah, the PlayStations are tough. But moving
Thanks a lot.
on here.
Back to politics, right?
Let's go. All right, we'll do one more.
oh boy.
It hasn't hit you yet.
Ah!
All right, do you want sports, weird animals, or new drinks coming out, or that you've tried?
Let's talk about weird animals.
Okay, weird animals.
I don't know about weird animals exactly, but I'll talk about koalas.
Yeah, do it.
Koalas are such a useless animal. I don't know if you've ever heard much about koalas, but so they eat eucalyptus, right?
Yeah.
But eucalyptus is the worst thing you could ever eat nutritional wise. It literally gives almost nothing, but koalas can just barely sustain on it. And it's literally eucalyptus is toxic to most animals. Koalas had to learn to adapt to eat eucalyptus because it's the only thing they can eat apparently, and it still is poisonous in some ways to them. But they can just eat it enough to get nutritional value. So to me, it just seems like a koala is a very pointless animal that doesn't seem to need to exist.
Is that all it eats?
Yeah, it just eats eucalyptus.
What about mosquitoes and stuff?
No, it only eats eucalyptus. Yeah, it only eats eucalyptus.
Yeah, well,
what does a eucalyptus do?
It's just a leaf that grows on a tree in Australia.
and don't they just sit there and can eat it for hours?
Yeah,
at a time?
and they don't
stay on the same
They literally
one.
don't do anything. Yeah, it's really such a pointless creature. I was reading about it on fucking Reddit one time.
God damn it! What the fuck?
Wait, all right, here. Honestly, I'm just gonna read this whole thing. It's a comic post on Reddit.
Koalas are terrible animals.
Koalas are fucking horrible animals. They have one of the smallest brain to body ratios of any mammal. Additionally, their brains are literally smooth. A brain is folded to increase the surface area for neurons. So if you present a koala with leaves plucked from a branch laid on a flat surface, the koala will not recognize it as food. They are too thick to adapt their feeding behavior to cope with that change. In a room full of potential food, a koala can literally starve to death. This is not the token of an animal that is winning at life. It's a whole paragraph. I won't read the whole thing, but that's just one part of it.
Holy moly!
You know what I think some of the most useless animals are?
What?
Penguins, along with polar bears too.
Penguins are badass.
They
dude.
only
What?
Yeah, but they're slow. They're small. They have no
They're
ability
quick as
to
shit in the water.
Penguins,
but
I feel like penguins are pretty
but what
fast.
do they eat? They have no
Fish?
ability to attack or
They
kill
eat
anything.
fish.
Sure,
They
they
attack
eat fish.
They eat small
Yeah.
fish.
Okay.
Haven't you ever seen Surf's Up or Happy Feet?
Yeah.
Both very good movies.
Penguins on a tropical beach.
Okay, Surf's Up.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why there's animals in a place where nobody lives. That's just pointless to me.
I mean, there's got to be life somewhere. Life is everywhere.
I mean, there's
Yeah, that's
scientists.
true.
There's scientists that live in Antarctica, but they're there for a job. They don't
well,
live
yeah,
there
people
willingly.
obviously were never adapted to live there, but I mean,
Just what's the point of them living there if there's just nothing else?
What was the
there?
second animal you said?
Polar bear.
polar bears.
Dude, polar bears are badass. They also eat fish.
Yeah, I know, but think about it. They're in the middle of Antarctica. What use do they have for humanity?
Well, also, I believe what happened too is when the continents separated, they just got stuck there. They probably used to be a normal type of bear, and then they became a polar bear because they had to live in
turn
an
white.
Arctic environment. Yeah,
Yeah.
they got
Their
abandoned
first
basically.
thick as shit.
It's true. But what does a bear in general do for us at all?
It's an apex predator. It keeps the system, it keeps the system of fish from overpopulating. It probably helps with berries. They eat berries. They probably
True.
help with they eat
all the poisonous berries.
Yeah.
I don't know about that,
So we don't have
but
to
actually
worry
they
about
might be able to eat berries that we can. I don't even know for a fact, but that wouldn't even make sense too.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they do a lot to their.
There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff like that. Like bats, for example. Bats are good because they eat mosquitoes.
Right.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's another one. Yep.
God, they're so fucking ugly.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Well, yeah.
It's just crazy that when you say useless animals, there's some that you look around, you're just like, why the fuck do we need those? Like ants, you need those.
Yeah. Sloths are really useless.
Ladybug.
They don't do anything.
Give you good luck.
Yep.
No.
Super
no.
useful.
Panda bears. The panda bears are also dumb as fuck. They're like one of the dumbest animals alive. They kill themselves all the time. Like that's why they're partially why they're endangered, because they're
Jesus
so
Christ.
dumb that they die. Like because of the.
So
dumb
they climb up a
shit.
tree and fall over.
Yeah, literally, they have to be protected.
Well, they're
so
super clumsy.
What do you think's
Yeah.
the most useful animal?
Most useful?
A
It's probably
cow?
gonna be like insects, like spiders, shit like that. Honestly, bees are definitely probably one of the most
Bees
useful
are
animals of all
usually-
time.
What about a chicken? I think a chicken is the most useful animal.
Probably, I mean,
Just
to
egg
humans,
to
maybe.
us.
To a human, I would say a chicken's
Either
probably
a
one of the most
chicken or
useful animals.
a beef cattle.
Right.
Yeah.
I think dolphins are pretty useful too.
Dolphins?
Why?
If
What
they
else
see
is
you
there?
in the water and they see a shark picking on you, they'll just fucking beat the shit out of the shark.
I mean, I guess.
A dolphin always
They'll-
beats a
they'll-
shark in a
Think
fight.
so?
They'll divide
Yes.
you. Yeah,
Dolphins
dolphins
are-
way faster than a shark for
And
they fuck 'em
and
up.
sharks are
Really?
stupid.
Yeah.
Dolphins are
Dolphins
dolphins are like near our intelligence.
Yeah, dolphins
they're
are
pretty
super
That
smart.
I knew, yeah.
Because what's the most intelligent non-human? It's a chimpanzee, right?
It's gotta be a monkey.
Yeah.
Or
I
no,
mean,
or no, it's
It
an
is-
I
orangutan.
would say it might be even rated on different levels, because a dolphin can do different things than a chimpanzee can.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a dolphin is, I believe, if I remember right, the closest to the human brain.
I think so, yeah.
I
And
thought,
then-
I thought it was orangutan.
I mean, chimpanzees, their DNA is like really close to us, but like
They're-
because
yeah.
but, like that doesn't mean that they're close to us intelligence. I think.
Yeah. They're the closest to us, like, physically and stuff with what they do. But, yeah, dolphins are stupid smart.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' favorite animal?
I like the cheetah. I think it's fucking
Cheetah?
sweet.
I've
cheetah.
always
Cheetah.
really liked turtles. I've always
Yeah.
been a big
Or
fan
like
of
a,
turtles.
I like
Turtle or a tortoise?
Turtles.
I like large cats. Like, I think those are cool as shit.
Big cats.
Mainly is the, like I said, the cheetah, because it's a very smart, intelligent animal, and it it stalks its prey. It doesn't just like run out in the fight like a fucking wolf will, or they like yell at people that they're coming, kind of a deal. They like sneak up on you until they're within like 5 feet of you, and then they jump out and slash your throat, kind of a deal. It's
Nice.
pretty,
Okay.
it's pretty cool, especially when you watch those videos about them chasing like gazelle and shit. Like that's cool as shit.
Me personally, I like gorillas.
Girls.
Because one, they can walk on all fours as well as walk
Yeah.
on their twos.
True.
They're the strongest animal. I doubt any animal will go out of their way to fuck with them.
Right now.
Because one, they're always in their packs.
Yeah.
And two, like the gorilla will just stand up and do its little thing.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I just think they're badass.
Yeah, gorillas are cool. Silverbacks are pretty cool. They look pretty good.
Silverbacks are cool.
What was that?
Silverback gorillas. Just
Oh.
the type of gorilla.
Gotcha,
Badass gorillas.
I'd say I have to go with monkeys as well, because if I were to get a pet that's not a household pet, it'd be a monkey in a diaper.
I think I'd get a crocodile.
Yeah.
Crocodile? A pet crocodile?
What'd you
That'd
do
be
with a
cool.
crocodile?
I'd get a little leash for him.
I've seen
Take
people-
them on a
and
walk.
ride and
People
ride
raise crocodiles,
and,
you
and
raise
ride
it, yeah.
and ride bikes with the elderly.
Oh my god.
And let all the little kids pet them, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go
train
get your
them.
lunch, buddy.
Have you ever heard of Wally, the emotional support gator?
No.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's a guy in Florida. He has a alligator as an emotional support animal. He has a little
Damn.
leash for him.
Weird.
Brings him to the mall. He doesn't even have like a bite guard him because he doesn't bite.
Damn.
I was gonna say because he's
That's
probably
weird.
that tamed, but still, yeah.
Yeah,
And he says he
I've
likes-
seen people who like raise alligators. Like, so I mean, if you raise it, I'm sure it wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, but if you take like a live alligator and stick it
Yeah.
on the wild, you're probably not gonna have a lot of fun with it.
There was a story about a guy who raised a hippopotamus,
Oh jeez,
From-
those are one of the
from
most dangerous
youth.
animals too.
and and the hippo loved him. They were close, and then when it came big enough, the hippo dragged him to the water and drowned him and killed
Jeez.
him.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, hippos are one of the animals you definitely
Which doesn't
don't
make-
fuck with.
Which is really weird because hippos are vegetarian. They don't eat meat.
yeah,
yeah.
but they're really
They're
aggressive
territorial.
and deadly.
They don't
Yeah.
fuck around.
Like they'll kill you, but they won't eat you because they don't
Yeah,
like
they'll
meat.
just fucking fuck you up for no reason.
Weird.
They have a stronger bite than a shark.
Yeah,
Really?
the bite force is nuts. They have like insane weight. You know, they're fat as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they're actually pretty fast too.
yeah, and they're actually pretty fast.
You're not gonna outrun one, I can tell you that. It's just
Really?
like you're not outrunning a hippo. You're also not outrunning
On land?
On land, you are not outrunning a hippo.
Even in water, you probably won't.
Bro,
In
especially-
water,
Well-
definitely not. I don't think. Yeah, they swim. Yeah, that's why I was
Also-
surprised on land.
Also, I read somewhere you're probably not gonna outrun a crocodile either.
Yeah, crocs are pretty fast too. They have like
Yeah.
a fast, like they have like a quick sprint, like a lot of.
Not
animals
even a
do.
sprint; it's like a lunge.
Yeah, that too. But well, yeah, their lunge is also pretty great too. Yeah.
That's why I'm really surprised that Steve Irwin didn't die from a crocodile.
Who's
Not-
that?
Steve
remember?
Irwin. You know who Steve Irwin is, bro.
No.
Crocodile Dundee.
Mm.
Oh, now
No.
you know.
No, I don't.
You don't know
Don't know
Crocodile.
that?
There's no way you don't know who Crocodile Dundee is.
No.
How-
I've heard of
That's
it.
not
That's
a
about it.
knife. This is a knife.
That's the dude that died from the stingray?
Yeah, it's, yep.
Same
See,
dude?
whatever, he's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
you know, he's like the
The video
he's
of
the
it is
Bob
online.
Ross of animals. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
The video of his death is
He's the
online.
Mr. Rogers of animals.
Who's that workout dude?
What workout, dude?
The Bob Ross of working out in the
Richard
80s.
Simmons.
Yep, Richard Simmons.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
who it
yeah.
is. That's
I
who
see
I was
that.
trying to think of. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
But, all right, Justin. Here we go.
Get down.
Oh, okay. Topic, Justin, is UFC from this weekend.
I don't like that.
What are your thoughts? Well, okay, let's start off first, you know, the weigh-in, right? The whole, you know, half-pound
debacle.
short ordeal. What are your big UFC fan thoughts on the
Yeah.
champion missing weight?
Sucks to suck. You sign on the
Yeah.
dotted line saying you're gonna make this pound. Doesn't matter if you're half a pound or 0.1 of a pound. You sign the contract
Yeah.
saying you're gonna weigh in this much the day before the fight. You can't do it.
Right.
Sucks to suck. We're not gonna give you lenience. You're the champion. You have to make it.
Right.
So I don't feel bad at all.
Yeah.
Fair.
I definitely would agree with that. Has this happened ever
No, it
before?
hasn't.
The
right?
defending champion, no, it has
Oh,
not
yeah,
happened.
the defending
Okay.
champion,
In
that's
title fights, it has happened. Past examples are Davison Figueiredo, who was going to win the vacant title. He fought Joseph Benavidez and didn't make weight, so he wasn't eligible to win the title, but he still won. So then they fought again. Figueiredo won. Yoel Romero on two separate occasions, one against Robert Whittaker and one against Luke Rockhold. Both he was ineligible to win the title, and he beat Luke Rockhold, but he lost to Whittaker, so Whittaker became the champion. Just trying to think of any other big examples. Anthony Pettis against Max Holloway for the interim featherweight title, and yeah, that's like all the ones
There's
that come to
slim,
mind.
but still, okay. So
But
it
it's
does
never
sound-
happened where the defending champion misses the weight and gets stripped. That's never happened.
Yeah. So
And Ariel Helwani's, listen, I love listening to Ariel's show. He sounds like a fucking moron. The way that he went about it. He's just like, it's half a pound. Like, get over it. And I'm listening to it saying to myself, you're an MMA journalist.
yeah.
You should know the rules better than me. Sucks to suck. You didn't make weight.
Yep.
Just take the consequences.
Yep.
You're getting fined and you're getting your belt taken. As champion, you have the obligation to make weight. There's no lenience for you because you're held to a higher standard than these guys fighting on the prelims.
Right, and trying to, fight and work up the ranks and try to get to that title spot, and then, a pound could make the difference. Would it probably, right? Probably not. But nonetheless, that's the rules. You know the rules. That he's been how long has Charles been a champ?
He's been champion for a year now.
Exactly. He knows, and he's been
Not
fighting for
anymore.
longer than that. But exactly. So, well, I mean, I suppose let's break down the fight, and then let's talk about kind of where the belt is at today. So how was that fight? What was kind of the ending? I didn't get a chance to watch it. I believe he won. Is that correct?
He did win. It was good while it lasted. He won first round submission, rear naked choke. He came out swinging. It was a very violent fight, which I know Justin Gaethje likes. First, Oliveira caught him with a hand. Gaethje felt it. He went in again. Gaethje hit him with a really heavy, nasty leg kick, and you could see Charles was limping right afterwards because Gaethje threw everything into that leg kick, caught him right in the thigh, caught him in perfect stance. He felt it. And then Gaethje took over. He knocked Charles down twice with strikes, but instead of going to ground and pound, he said, all right, we're going to stand this up because you don't go to the ground in Charles Oliveira's guard. He's
Nope.
going to submit you.
Yep.
So he did the smart thing, and I was thinking to myself, Justin Gaethje has dynamite in his hands. Like, how are none of those strikes putting him out? Because he knocked him down twice. Then it goes around, and then Oliveira drops him. And this time, Oliveira goes in because he has the grappling advantage. He out-scrambles him, gets in there, and gets him with a submission choke.
Damn. So, and what round was that?
First
Like,
round.
Really? Okay, I thought it was like 2 or 3 rounds at least, but damn, first
Now, if
round,
you
one and
remember my
done.
prediction. I said first round, but
Yep.
I said Gaethje.
You did. I do remember that though as well. So I'm kind of surprised he at least got connected 2 big ones to put him on the ground at least. So
if I remember correctly, I was 1 for 3 on my predictions for this fight. I predicted in the co-main event Rose Namajunas by decision. It did go to decision, but Rose did not win.
Yeah,
Carla
I saw
Esparza
that.
and New, and it was a really bad fight.
Really?
They only landed 67 total strikes between the both of them, which
Wow,
is
that's crazy.
the 5-round championship record for the least amount of strikes landed.
Damn. So it was more of a tango match, wasn't it? More of a dance off.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it was a dance off.
Yeah.
It was like salsa dancing, and then Rose. Listen, I love Thug Rose. I lost a lot of respect for her in the post-fight press conference.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Basically saying like, "Oh, I won this fight. Why aren't you guys giving me credit for my defense?" Not even if she had just said this wasn't my best night. Well, no, actually, no. She did say that. I take that back.
Yep.
She did say that, but she wouldn't even like acknowledge like I understand why because of the striking. She just plain she said I won this fight,
Sure.
which is just unacceptable in my opinion. You were
Okay.
getting booed. If you ask me, she needs to really take a hard look in the mirror and look at her fucking fiance, Pat Barry, because I noticed in between rounds she was going back to the corner. So she has 2 coaches: her fiance, Pat Barry, and her head coach, Trevor Whitman. Trevor Whitman's an incredible fucking coach.
Yeah.
He has Gaethje, he has Rose, and he has Kamaru Usman. Those
Okay.
are his 3 students.
Interesting. Okay.
And in between rounds, when the crowd really started booing and like flashing their phones, like saying this fight is boring,
Yep.
Pat Barry is doing the stupidest fucking shit and saying like, "Oh man, you know why they're booing? It's because you're doing a great job." This and that, like saying keep doing what you're doing, this and that. And
Yeah.
right afterwards, Trevor Whitman would step in. He's like, "So I need you to do this, this and that, yada yada yada." My reason Rose lost that fight is because her coaches weren't on the same fucking page.
Right.
Pat Barry did not leave his ego outside of the octagon. Listen, I get it's your fiance, but you need to be brutally honest with her in this situation. Pat, you were a fighter at one point too. You fought in the heavyweight division. You know you need coaches to be blunt with you. That's why I don't think coaches should have relationships with their fighters.
Yeah.
Because it becomes too close where you want to be nice to them at all times because they're your significant other, and if you're scared of yelling at them because you think they're going to leave you. That's the same problem with Aspen Ladd too. I think Aspen Ladd needs to get rid of Jerry West because Aspen Ladd was undefeated and now she has 3 or 4 losses on her record now in her last 5-6 fights. It's not working out for either of them. Sean Strickland even had some shit he had to say about that, basically calling Pat Barry a predator because Pat Barry's in his 40s, Rose isn't even 30 yet, and they first met when Rose Namajunas was 14 years old.
Damn.
And Sean Strickland's basically saying like he groomed her to like develop a relationship, which is predatory,
Right.
disgusting shit.
Yeah.
Which, in the way I hear Rose talk about the relationship, I can see it.
Interesting. Well, and I was gonna 100% agree with that as well. I mean, there's the whole thing of don't die right in the ring. I mean, UFC is the most brutal fight, and if your significant other is saying, "Oh, defend yourself," and other coaches attack,
Yeah.
right?
Josh-
2 different stories, and you can't have that personal connection behind it to alter your thoughts as a trainer as well.
So Josh, just to fill you in, I was talking about Rose's loss and how I'm blaming Pat Barry for it.
Yeah.
You remember? I was just telling him. Do you remember what he was saying to her in between rounds while Trevor Whitman, her actual coach, was just letting him go, and then as soon as he was done, he just came and he's like, "Listen, Rose, I need you to do this." After Pat Barry's putting false sense of security in Rose's head. What did you think about that? Hearing that?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely dumb. Like, he was just saying, "Hear the boos? That means your strategy's working." And it's like, well, no, you weren't doing anything. Like, if you have to, as a coach, you have to know that nothing happened and you're not going to win a round. You can't leave your championship up to decision.
But see, I saw that's what Trevor Whitman was doing. I was saying Trevor Whitman's an incredible coach. When Pat Barry was doing his stupid shit, Trevor came in and he said, "I need you to do this round. Do something different." But I just don't understand why Trevor Whitman didn't step in, push Pat aside, and listen, Pat, you're not fucking helping.
Yeah, we're not going to win if you keep talking like this. And obviously we see how it went, and I think everybody isn't as high on Rose anymore.
No, so like as a person, people love her, but just the way she handled herself after the loss, basically saying like, "I deserve to keep my belt." No, you don't. And in all honesty, like not knocking her, Esparza didn't deserve to win it either.
Yeah, I think it should be a vacant belt right now.
When they announced Carla Esparza won it, I said, I agree and disagree with the decision.
Sure.
I'm not going to knock Carla Esparza because She won the belt on Saturday. Her
Yep.
her wedding is this Saturday.
Yeah.
So she has the belt back.
Oh, dang.
She's now 2-0 against Rose Namajunas.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And that's all I got for the co-main events. And the people's fight of the night.
Yep.
Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Holy
Was that the
shit.
kick?
That was
Yeah,
the
that was a
kick.
Okay,
Yeah,
break it
that's
down.
that
Break it
one.
down. I saw the screenshot of the kick, but what happened up
No.
until that point?
So, I will say this about Tony. Tony looked a lot better than he did in the last 3 fights. He was engaging and striking. He was hitting his... So, here's the thing about Tony Ferguson. You can take Tony Ferguson down. He doesn't give a shit. He's the best. I shouldn't say the best. He's one of the best in the UFC fighting off of his back. It all started first. I think it was in the first minute. Tony Ferguson dropped Michael Chandler, like knocked him down. Chandler does his little thing. He gets dropped and he does like this 180 thing, which I think is really dangerous.
Sure.
Oh, geez.
You know what I'm talking about. He gets dropped and he does
Yeah.
like that turn. That's really dangerous.
Because you're fighting from the back at that point, right?
No, like so he falls
To
down
injure
and then he
yourself.
does like a complete 360 turnaround. Every time he does that, I'm like, you got to be careful because a guy can easily just come in when you're doing that turn and just right hook you and you're going out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
So
They see it coming easily.
Yeah. And then for the next 3 minutes, Tony was just picking him apart on the feet. And then Michael took it to the ground. He landed a really good takedown. And when you take Tony down, he was like flopping his feet like a fish out of water. So he took him down. But even when he was down, Tony was throwing elbows from the bottom. He split Chandler open. That's why it's scary to take down Tony Ferguson if you're not a good jiu-jitsu guy. If you're just a straight wrestler, he's just going to elbow you from the bottom, cut you
jeez.
open. He did that. I gave the first round to Tony Ferguson. There were some people saying that Michael Chandler won the first round because he did get dropped, but he did land the takedown and he controlled him on the ground. No, because Tony picked him apart for 3 minutes of the round on the feet, and while he was on the bottom, he was landing strikes and damaging Tony from the top, or
Oh, Jesus.
damaging Chandler from the top. So anyway, first round happens. We go into the next round, and my thing is, I'm like, okay, Chandler needs to work in some dirty boxing against Tony. He needs to get him up against the fence, clinch strike, and this and
You
that.
bite out of the ear a little bit.
Yeah, and like I'm just thinking, okay, what's Chandler gonna do this round? Then all of a sudden, boom, front kick up the middle, sends Tony Ferguson face down, ass up,
Yep.
Oh, wow.
out
That was a
cold.
crazy knockout.
Chandler didn't even have to go in for an extra strike because Tony was down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Chandler just does it, and he does 3 straight backflips in a row.
Yep.
So, the ironic thing about that was, Chandler said right after, he's like, I don't even practice that.
The kick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can tell that's not even an actual kick. It wasn't like an Anderson Silva standing crane kick that he did against Vitor Belfort. This was him like moving and kicking him like an NFL punter kicking a ball. Like he was moving and then like brought his foot back and then just threw it forward. So you got a lot more power on it. And when I look at it again, I was like, yeah, Tony was not expecting
No.
that because moving forward and doing like a front kick is really hard to do,
Yeah.
especially to get that speed and that power. But
Put him
man,
in the pavement.
Tony was out for
Couple minutes, yeah.
2-3 minutes.
Really? Yeah.
Like
It was a nasty kick. I seen that.
Like
posted
after that was all
screenshot.
done, I was like getting scared. Like I was really concerned about Tony. Like, is he okay?
Has there ever been, kind of derailing a little bit, has there ever been someone that's died during a pay-per-view? Like
No.
on a big hit like
No,
that?
Nobody
Okay.
has ever
That'd
died
be
in the
crazy,
UFC.
yeah.
Okay.
Nobody has ever died or suffered a very serious injury in mixed martial arts. Or
Sure.
no, I shouldn't say mixed martial arts, in the UFC.
Sure.
It has happened in mixed martial arts, but
Yep.
in like other promotions, yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Yep.
UFC has never had.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
think
reason
they try
that-
the best to make sure that doesn't happen. you
Of
know?
course.
There's a reason
Yeah.
that there's athletic commissions. They'll watch your sparring footages. They'll show up, watch you train. If they don't think that you're gonna be safe in there, they're not gonna sanction you to even fight.
Sure.
They're
that's
never
their
gonna
job.
get. They're never gonna let the other fighter get close enough
Yeah.
to like killing the guy. You know?
Right. Sure.
But Michael Chandler, man, he did what he does best after the fight, and he cut a mean-ass promo. That's his second win in the UFC. Before that, he was on a 2-fight losing streak to the 2 guys who fought for the belt later that night, Oliveira and Gaethje. And he basically said, not anybody in the UFC fan base wants to see me rematch you, Charles, or you, Justin Gaethje. But Hunter Campbell and Dana White, if you can't get that done, I have one man on my mind. Conor McGregor!
Jesus Christ.
Calls
Oliveira
out
called him out too.
McGregor. Immediately, McGregor takes to Twitter, nothing but praise and respect. He said, that was incredible. I would love to fight you down the line, which is very rare from Connor.
Ah,
When
change
Connor,
of heart?
when
or
Con-
what?
no, when Connor does something like that, that means he genuinely respects the person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see that fight next.
What do you think is the next fight for him? Do you think it is truly McGregor? Do you think it is one of those top 2 guys on that, ranking list for the championship belt? And I'll kind of throw the third question I have in here as well. The championship belt is just vacant. No one has it.
Nobody has it, but
How is it
Charles-
decided next time?
So Charles Oliveira is going to be the first half.
Yep.
The first half of the next
So he's got dibs.
championship fight,
Okay.
and I believe that the winner of Islam Makhachev and Beneil Dariush will get the title shot,
You
unless
don't
it's
think they'll
something.
give it to McGregor?
Titanium shin bone.
See, business-wise, I could see why they would
Yeah.
give it to Conor
Yeah.
McGregor, but when is Conor McGregor going to be ready?
Yeah.
Remember, he broke his leg. That's nothing you can really rush yourself back into.
Nope.
And I doubt Charles didn't take any damage in that last
No.
fight. I feel like he wants to get right back in there.
Get his belt back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
They-
would too.
I mean, they already announced Volkanovski for the next one.
Yeah.
That was
Volkanovski wants to
super
be busy
quick.
this year.
Yeah.
But Khabib's out there saying that his training buddy Islam deserves the title shot because he has 10 straight wins, but none are in the top 10.
Oh, really?
But he's claiming that he deserves the title shot
No,
just based
that's
off
the same
of
thing.
wins.
That's the same thing that what's his nuts did. Cum shot.
Hamza.
He
Yeah.
did the
Cum
same
shot.
thing. He did the same thing. He didn't have any top wins, and then he was like trying to get a title shot, and it's like it doesn't work like that. You got to go through the progression.
the chain, yeah.
Like he jumped up to Gilbert Burns, which is a good fight. I still think he needs another fight before he can get that title shot.
Yeah, I agree. There's special instances where somebody will come out of retirement and get an immediate title shot.
Yeah.
Perfect number one example is George St. Pierre against
Yeah.
Bisping for the middleweight, but that's George St. Pierre.
Yeah, well, McGregor could do the same thing. It's
McGreg-
Conor McGregor.
But GSP was retired for 4 years.
Oh, Jesus.
And they just gave him an immediate title shot and he won. So I wouldn't be surprised if they give McGregor a title shot, but it doesn't really sound like McGregor.
He probably doesn't
Actually,
even-
no. I was looking at Twitter today. He has expressed interest, but
He probably doesn't want that.
but you
smoke.
remember that interview where he said that he wanted to fight Usman?
That won't happen.
That was. I remember watching that interview. He's in his bar in Dublin, his own bar, and he's talking to the guy, and he's just like, "I would like my return fight to be against Kamaru Usman at 170. Nothing but a jab-happy, sloppy, orthodox wrestler. There's no submission threat whatsoever. I believe I would knock out Kamaru Usman." An hour later, Usman gets on Twitter. He posts a picture of himself laughing with Khabib, and he captions it. He says he's gonna do what?
Jesus.
Then afterwards tweets, "Y'all want to see a murder inside the octagon?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know this just got announced last week, and it's still months away, but I'm really excited. I really want to see Gain versus Tuivasa. I think that's going to be really good.
Who?
That's not.
Cyril Gane?
Yeah, Cyril Gane and Tai
Tuivasa.
Tuivasa.
He's not getting a title shot?
Francis is out.
What
He
do you
had
mean
knee
he's out?
surgery.
Oh my god. So
Remember-
it is for the interim belt then, yeah?
Nope.
Just for the number 2 spot type
No,
shit?
for
or-
the number one contender.
Oh,
But-
yeah, I suppose.
The heavyweight division is tricky because, you got John Jones talking like, I'm going to
Right.
be back. But he even tweeted that him and Stipe is in the works, which
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it. Because John's been so hard to deal with the past 2 years that he's been out. Getting arrested, all this,
Right,
back to his
yeah.
old antics. And especially going from light heavyweight to heavyweight.
Isn't Tai Tuivasa already the number one contender?
He's number 3.
But he beat Derek Lewis, who
He
was
beat
number
Derek.
one.
No, Derek Lewis was the number 1.
Was he number 2?
Derek Lewis was number 3.
Who was number 2?
Number 2 and 1. Number 1 was Stipe, and number 2 is Cyril Gane. But don't you remember in the Francis fight, he had the knee braces on, and he revealed he tore his ACL, so he had to get constructive surgery, so he's going to be out.
Well, yeah, so then they should fight for the belt then.
See, it's really hard because Francis won the belt last March, and they did an interim title fight for no reason, only for him to come back in January. 10-month layoff, like that's completely normal.
Yeah.
But like if it's over a year, then okay, I can see interim title fight, which I had no idea why they did an interim belt in the first place in that. Especially when Francis wasn't hurt or anything. I think it had to do with contract shit, all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to lightweight, could I see McGregor getting the shot? Yeah. I don't see Islam getting I see Beneil Dariush getting a title shot before Islam.
Yeah.
Islam's last win. Bobby Green.
That's it?
Who the fuck is that?
He's okay.
He doesn't have a number next to his name.
Yeah.
He stepped in on short notice because Dariush got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, how can you lay claim to a title shot after that?
Yeah, I think he needs a couple more wins. He's got to go through the division first.
He'll get a top 5 fight.
Oh, yeah, he
next. But I could either see Oliveira waiting out. I could see Chandler and Gaethje fighting again. Who wouldn't want to see that again?
Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
Or even, I wouldn't mind seeing Poirier versus Gaethje again.
That'd be a good fight.
But yeah, that's all I got for that.
Oh, yeah.
Next events will be June 13th, headlined by Glover Teixeira, defending his belt against Yuri Prochazka. Co-main event will be Valentina Shevchenko, defending her belt against, what was her name? Santos.
That should be a good fight.
I forget her name.
Yeah, I know Shevchenko's
And then the third fight, oh my goodness, the rematch, Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah, that's a good fight too.
That'll go live in Singapore.
Yeah,
More to come.
I think the last time we saw that fight was when you lived at Fight Town.
She had the Frankenstein face, right?
Yeah, she had the Megamind, the Sheen,
Oh my god.
and that was before COVID.
Yep.
That's how long she's been out.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
It's a whole month away, huh?
It's in June. I forget the exact date on it, but
Yeah,
that's
the
how
11th.
That's how it works.
That's how
June
pay-per-views are.
11th. June 11th.
Except
It's usually once a month.
Except in July, there will be 2 pay-per-views.
Yep, for International Fight Month.
Interesting.
Nice.
Interesting. International Fight Month.
Well, International Fight Week.
Week, yeah.
Fine. Whatever. Week, month, year. Doesn't matter. It's always International Fight Night on Bet Records. But that is all we probably got for this one here. Make sure you guys are subscribing on YouTube as well as hitting that green heart on Spotify podcast if you listen to us there. Thanks again for tuning in as always, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace.
Go get a do trip. I like how she move it. I like how she move it. I got that new whip. Go get a do trip. I like how she move it. I like how she move it.